Black Panther becomes only the 5th movie in cinematic history to open with $200 million. But why is this so important to black people? Why are black people so excited about Black Panther? Now, if you watch and like this video, if you can, please subscribe and help us try to reach that 100,000 subscriber dream. And thumbs up this video so others can also help us reach that dream. In order to understand why Hollywood's latest blockbuster, Black Panther, means so much to black people, we must go back and look at Hollywood's first blockbuster ever, a 3-hour and 10-minute silent film called Birth of a Nation. Now, just so this doesn't sound like a hit piece, I will say that this film was the biggest budget film of its time, with over $100,000 being devoted to it. And it also put forth a lot of techniques that we still see in films today. This was also the first film to shoot at night using forced light. Although this film was a major step forward in editing and the way films were shot, this wasn't what kept most of the people coming back. In fact, it is estimated that almost 1 million people saw this film within a year of its release, with a price tag of $2 per ticket. To put this in better perspective, a middle-class family at the time was making $687 a year, or about $13 a week. This is also the first film ever to be shown in the White House to then President Woodrow Wilson. So what is Birth of a Nation? Running over 3 hours, with the intermission to split both halves, is a story about two families. The northern family being the Stallmans and the southern family being the Camerons. Now, the first part of this film is set at the beginning of the Civil War and ends with the Confederate losing and the assassination of Abraham Lincoln. Right before the first half is about to end, it shows all the southern people who were defeated being abused by the people who were victorious, the North. And that does bring us to the second act, which shows the rebuilding of the South under the grip of the North. Now, this film shows South Carolina being taken over by black Union soldiers. But these weren't black people who were cast in these roles. No, these were white actors in blackface. And in one of the most classic scenes from this movie, we see a young white woman being chased by one of these black-faced soldiers. And she, instead of wanting to be captured, she jumps heroically to her death instead of being captured and forced to marry this black-faced soldier. It also shows black-faced people rigging elections by using physical intimidation on white people and also stuffing ballot boxes, which allows black legislators to be elected. And what happens when they're elected? Well, they show them while they're doing their job, eating fried chicken, drinking whiskey with their shoes off and on the table of the state building. Until, lo and behold, the heroes of the movie, the saviors of the South, the Klan comes and wipes them all out and saves the day. This movie was just the first of many characterizations and generalizations of black people. Later we got introduced to the mammy, who is basically an overweight black woman in servant's clothing who is not that smart. We also seen the mammy make her way into cartoons. Yes, cartoons were very racist also and show black people in a terrible light. So why is Black Panther important to black people? It's all about one thing: depiction. Being depicted properly, being depicted in a positive light, finally.